Okay, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly, I just want to say first, thank you for helping me reach 200 sold copies in terms of total. I'm not talking about Concubinus or any book in particular, just total books, all sold through Amazon and my publishers and all that. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The second thing I wanted to discuss was actually in regards to not just Concubinus Part 2, but the series of books as a whole. Because some of you guys, since I started Book 2, have been wondering, is there going to be a Book 3 or more, or prequel novels, or anything like that? As of right now, I am going to say no, because the thing is, if I do that, I feel like I'm kind of cheating, because as much as I love, like, some of my series, like, some of my favorite books of all time are series of books, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, and so on, Lord of the Rings, but my issue with some of those books is that they feel like they literally just stop. And because of that, because of the fact that they feel like they literally just stop, it kind of gets to the point in my end where I'm just kind of frustrated. Where, like, and don't get me wrong, this is why I actually like buying both editions at the same time. This is why I'm also doing a dual edition. So that way, like, because this is how I would read a series of books. I just get all the books in the series and read them, all in order. So that way, in chronological order, because it just makes the most sense. But that being said, I don't want my books in my series to feel like that. Nothing against anybody else who does this. Nothing against that. But I agreed with much more of, like, Stephen King's approach to a series, where whether it was the Dark Tower books, whether it was Mr. Mercedes, Doctor Sleep and The Shining that I reviewed earlier this year, with each of those things that he did a sequel for, it was like the first book was the first book, and then he suddenly got an idea for a sequel. Same thing. Concubinus was always meant to be a one and done, but I had another idea for a story, and I was like, oh, that works perfectly for the world of Concubinus, so I'll just do it for Concubinus Part 2. And same thing for the third book, or if I do any other books. If I have an idea for a story that I feel like I would want to tell, but it works best within this world, then I'll use this world to tell it, if that makes any sense. One more thing I want to mention before I go is just a couple of cover updates for the book itself and for Concubinus Part 2. So, the dual edition will have two versions, an illustrated and a regular edition. This is the image that will be used for the illustrated edition of the dual edition, and for this version is the hardcover of the regular dual edition, non-illustrated. I had to use this image for the first two, but I couldn't use this for the hardcover version. For some reason, the image just wouldn't load, and it just wouldn't work, and because of that, well, I guess I just had to do a different image if I can work around it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you all next time.